Hello, everybody. It is your girl, Fresh. I think someone's in my tooth. Hello, everybody. It is your girl, Fresh, and I'm back with another video. So don't forget to comment, like, subscribe, hit the notification bell button so you never miss a video when I do upload. And don't forget to share my videos wherever, with whoever, so they know you rocks with your girl, though. Shout out to my 72 subscribers. Love each and every one of you. Y'all are my precious baby, my baby boos. Also, if you're new here, hi, hello, welcome. If you've been here before, what it do, baby boo? I'm your girl, Precious. This is the Precious Bee channel. Of course, you can always check the description bar down below where you will always find all of my perfectly curated playlists that house all of my content, as well as my Instagram handle at QueenPaperChaser90. So this is going to be a What You Watch review on season 2 of And Just Like That, episode 4. I know we 2 weeks late with this. I know. Just know I had to re-record this video because when I did record it this weekend and it was perfect, you can hear my fan in the background. Now normally y'all hear my AC going, but Mondukes was cooking and she don't like to have the AC on when she cook because she get cold. So I had my fan on. And I forgot I had the fan rotating so you could hear it hitting the speaker near my phone. So we had to go ahead and re-record. Okay? And that's okay. So without further ado, y'all, we're going to go ahead and get into this video. So, episode 4 is called Alive. And so we open with Carrie having brunch with Jackie. And, she gives him a signed copy of her book. And, they're just catching up and chit-chatting and things of that nature. And so he winds up having to go to the bathroom because he wanted to get an upset stomach. And so we see Edith tiptoeing in the background trying to get away from Carrie. She is Carrie's ex-boss when Carrie used to work at Vogue. And, of course, Carrie turns around and she's like, oh, my God, hey, girl. Edith was like, hey, girl, how you doing? Hi, you all right or whatever? And she was like, yeah, girl, I'm fine. She was like, I had heard what happened, but I didn't want to reach out because circumstances or whatever. And she was like, girl, well, Karen was like, I heard your podcast, or is it a blog or something? And she was like, I like it or whatever, and I was wondering if you could, shout my book out. And then Edith was like, well, girl, if I shout your book out, then I gotta shout everybody's book out, and I don't want to do that. And she was like, but anyway, girl, I'm getting ready to start a magazine called Vivant, which means alive in French. And I want you to come on down here to this event I'm having or whatever, because it's for women of a particular age, women around our age. And Carrie was like, our age? This bitch called me old? Like, so she was like, all right, girl, I'll see you later, boo-boo. So, mind you, Carrie was getting a text message from some man, and she was like, you got the wrong number, whatever. And so she go have lunch with Seema, and she basically runs back the conversation with Seema like, girl, am I old? Because I'm in my 50s, and Edith has 70 something, and she talking about women our age. Like, ma'am, that is a whole 20-year age difference. Excuse you. And Seema was like, no, because if you old, then that means I'm old, and we're not doing that. Mind you, Carrie gets another text from this older guy. And she was like, sir, you have the wrong number. He was like, this Gary Bradshaw, right? And she was like, how you get my number? And he was like, a little birdie gave it to me. And so Gary's sitting there thinking, who in the hell gave this man my phone number? He was sending Carrie pictures of him in this little sweater vest and on his little boat, yacht situation, sailboat. And Carrie was like, sir, don't matter what your old geriatric ass, get away from me. So after that, we see Miranda. She back in Brooklyn, staying on the sofa, and we hear like some boom, 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 boom type noise. And I'm thinking Brady done got over that girl. What was her name? Louisa or something, by hunching on another girl, and then they're banging her head up against the damn headboard. Gonna find it's Steve with the little the smaller punching bag. He got it hooked up to the door frame. So Miranda goes in Brady's room, and she was like, hey, are you awake? And he was like, yeah. She was like, can you hear me? He was like, clearly. I can hear. She was like, well, we got therapy at 2. He was like, okay. So she walked past Steve. She like, we got therapy at 2. And Steve was like, okay, bitch. You know, Steve ain't fucking with Miranda ass. So Miranda goes in the bathroom and have this moment of, oh my God, this is my life now. Somebody. Me now. Me now. You know, we can't say certain words on the YouTube, okay? So, of course, she gets a text from Che, and they let her know that they're going to be back in town soon, and that just makes her coochie tingle, and she's happy now. So, after that, we see... What do we see? What else happens in this episode? Oh, Charlotte, Harry, Lisa, and Herbert wound up sending their kids off to camp. And they excited about this, you know. Everybody, you know, thinking they got innuendos about sex. And Lisa and Herbert was like, no, we really going to work. And Charlotte and Harry, you know, they want to running down the steps. And Herbert said, well, I know what Charlotte and Harry finna do. I ain't never see Harry running fast. So then we see Charlotte and Harry back at the house, and they getting it in, baby. They is lunching. And, you know, Charlotte was like, I want you to finish on my tits. And he was like, what? She was like, yeah. He was like, but it's not Christmas on my birthday. You know, it's not a special occasion. Like, well, the kid's not here, so that's a special occasion. So, you know, Harry stand up, and, you know, he And, you know, Charlotte goes to get the tissue to clean her chest up, and ain't nothing there. And she said, Harry, did you lie to me? And he was like, girl, what you talking about? She was like, there's nothing there. He was like, well, girl, I don't know what to tell you, because I came, so I don't know. I don't know what to tell you. I bust the nut. I don't know what to tell you, sis. So then we see Charlotte having lunch with Miranda, Anthony, and Carrie, and she basically talks about how, you know, it was like going to a 4th of July celebration and there was no fireworks at the end. And, you know, we're seeing a more mature Charlotte, because, you know, in the original series, Charlotte was more, damn near, she was more prudish than Carrie, but not as much. And so, you know, Miranda was like, see, girl, I ain't never like none of that finishing on you and all of that, girl. I wasn't down with none of that. None of that. That might have been a sign. And, you know, Carrie was sitting there, bitch, you know what? I'm starting to sound like, you know, this was all of that. And so, you know, Charlotte asked Anthony's opinion, because, you know, he was the only guy there. Anthony let it be known, look here, I ain't got no problems, okay? You might want to take Harry down there to the doctor with his phantom cum. Oh, Casper the friendly non-existent cum. And, you know, Carrie's sitting there being prudish as usual. So Charlotte and Harry goes to the doctor and find out that he backed up and he got to do some Kegel exercises to release the beast. Then we see Herbert and Lisa, they sitting there, you know, having espressos and talking about how much they love each other and how, you know, they want to do better and things like that. So Herbert says he's not going to run for comptroller of the city or whatever. And she also tells, Lisa also tells Herbert that her dad is coming to their 20th wedding anniversary dinner. So after that, we see, we see Miranda and them go to therapy. And, you know, Brady basically lets me know, look, I was sad, I was heartbroken, I'm over it. Let's talk about the two of them and the fact that they walk around not saying nothing. Everybody low-key got something on their chest, but don't nobody want to say what it really is. So, you know, Miranda was like, I'm good, and Steve was like, I'm cool. And he was like, no, y'all not. Let's talk about the fact we still live in the same house, and it's weird. And Miranda was like, you know, I'm going to find me someplace to go. And Steve was like, no, I'll leave. She was like, are you serious? He was like, sure, I'll find me a place close to the bar or whatever. So then they talk about Brady not going back to school. And she was like, that's okay, whatever you want to do, you know, we support you, whatever. And Miranda's face said it all. And Brady was like, come on now, Mom, I see your face. What do you want to say? She was like, no, it's okay or whatever. So then we see Miranda in the elevator with Carrie, and she going off. And Carrie was like, well, bitch, why didn't you say none of this when you was at therapy? And And Miranda was like, because we know I basically fucked up the family. Like, I blew up our lives. I'm the one who decided that, I wanted to be with Che. I'm now gay. And it's a possibility that Steve might want to boom bop me, but he ain't let that out yet because I ain't said the wrong thing to set him off. You know what I'm saying? So they get to Che's apartment, and Che and her estranged husband, Lyle, are there. And Miranda's taken aback by seeing him. And she like, oh, hey, Lyle, what you doing here? And so they introduce to Carrie. Her and Che go in the room, and they get to dry hunching. And it's a low-key vibe between Carrie and Lyle or whatever. So Carrie, being the nosy, prudish ass heifer she is, she decided to kick it with Lyle. And they out there in the living room, and they sit on a little sofa, and that bitch go boom. Excuse me. Boom. And so Che and Miranda come out the room like, girl, what did happen? And Carrie was like, it's too many bitches on this show. Carrie was like, girl, we done broke your sofa. Lyle was like, that's the piece you put together talking to Che. So after that, we see that Lyle and fell asleep on Che's bed, and Miranda then decided to spend the night. And she was like, I thought you said you was sleeping on the sofa. And she was like, it's broke. It's fine, girl. Just get to bed. Everybody tired. So by like 3 o'clock in the morning, Che feeling frisky. And so Che get to playing with Miranda kitty cat, and she was like, girl, don't worry about it. So they get to, playing around like they did, Che and them playing with that kitty cat. Like she did the first time they had sex in Carrie's kitchen, and Lyle come peeking over Che's shoulder and get the kissing on it and stuff. And Miranda was like, hold up, pause for the cause. What the fuck is you doing? And it was like, Miranda, what's wrong? You never had a threesome before? And she was like, no, I never did nothing like this before. And she started over analyzing it. And Che was like, you kind of killing the mood. And then, Miranda thinks about the conversation they had previously where Lyle basically he basically said that Che like forced him into having like a open relationship, like being in a poly relationship, and they had a girlfriend or whatever the case may be. So I felt like Miranda felt like she had to do it to appease Che. So they get into it, and I was like, oh shit, now we get into some good shit right here. Okay, come on, a threesome. So everybody kissing and touching and feeling and fondling, and like most spontaneous threesomes, 2 people get into it a little more than all 3 people, and so one person winds up feeling left out, and you kind of feel like an afterthought. I've been in my fair share of threesomes, menage a trois, okay? I've been in my fair share of a menage a trois, or 2s or 3s. So, Miranda, I feel like that whole fake Charlie horse. And she was like, oh, my leg, I got a Charlie horse, my leg. And it was like, bitch, you all right? She was like, no, I'm good. Look, I'm going to go ahead on the sofa, and y'all finish hunching, and I'm going to go lay down. Y'all good? So, like, maybe 3 minutes later, Che coming in. She was like, no, you didn't have to stop. She was like, no, I was lonely. I missed you. Nah, bitch, you knew that lady was uncomfortable with doing that. Like, now, I'm not gonna lie. I kind of saw them doing something with with Miranda and Lyle. I didn't know they was gonna go with the threesome plot line, but I kind of low-key would have liked to see how far they was gonna go. Now, I don't know if it was that Oliver didn't want to get naked or not, because we know Cynthia Nixon, the actress who plays Miranda, she shows us all her business, honey. Okay, all of it. I know what that lady's breast and the crack of her ass looks like. Okay. So after that, we see what happens. Oh, we see that Charlotte and Harry had their fireworks or whatever. Then we get to Lisa and Herbert's anniversary party, and Lisa's father is played by Billy D. Williams. Anyway, so Charlotte and Harry get there, and Lisa's like, oh my god, I'm so glad you came. I was starting to think everybody was going to get here because of traffic. And of course, that aggravated ass mother-in-law her said, so bitch, I'm just invisible to you, huh? I've been here since 7:15. Bitch, hello. So of course, then this art gallery guy played by Gerbert gets there, and he says hi, whatever. And so they get ready to go have art d'oeuvres as they're still waiting for the rest of the guests to arrive. That mother-in-law is being a piece of work, and she hollering at the waitstaff talking about, "You done been over here 5 times. I told you I don't want no goddamn oyster. Get out of my." That lady a piece of work. That's a damn good actress, because I can't stand that lady. So after that, Charlotte and Victor Gerbert's character, the gallery guy, I forgot what his name was, sorry. They get to talking to, excuse me, they get to talking to whatever, and he lets her know that he actually knew who she was, and the fact that, she had a very keen eye for art or whatever. And so after that, Lisa asks Herbert, she called somebody to find out what it was, and the people was like, "Girl, what? We in the Hamptons." And she was like, "Herbert, did you check the RSVPs?" And so he go on his phone to check the invitation for the RSVPs, and realized he ain't never sent out not one damn invitation. So Lisa hid at this point, because she's like, "Well, y'all, everybody that's here was invited by word of mouth. And everybody who's not here didn't get a goddamn invitation at all." And so she was like, so for the 8 of us, I think it was 8 of them. It was Lisa, Herbert, Charlotte, Harry, the gallery man. It was 7 of them, because it was that mama and daddy. Yeah. They was like, so y'all enjoy this lobster that was supposed to be for 31 people that the 7 of us is going to enjoy. So mind you, they sitting there, everybody having a good time, chit-chatting. They wind up making Harry go sit down there next to Herbert mama, because she down in the table by herself. That bitch really didn't want to be by them. So we find out that Lisa's documentary got into the film festival. We also find out that Lisa daddy can't stand Herbert mama can't stand Lisa. This is why them people been married for 20 years. Their parents' hatred is fueling their marriage. So, they get to talking or whatever, and, everybody, they just like, "I'm good on the whole lobster thing." And Lisa was like, "Well, fine, we'll get dessert." And then Lisa remembered she didn't order the cake. So then that is the hand of mama fans with, because she started going to know Lisa. She was like, "See, because I was a housewife, I made all my cakes. I ain't never had to worry about not having a cake, because I made my cakes." And then Lisa daddy go in on her ass and say, "Look here, Lisa Todd don't need to be around here being nobody's cook or maid or none of that shit, okay? She is a phenomenal, talented woman." And that's when he told her that her film got into the film festival and stuff like that. And so then the daddy started getting on Herbert and him being a money hungry soul sucker. And she was like, "Actually, my man is doing something for the people. He gonna run for city comptroller." And Herbert was like, "I am?" She was like, "Yes, you are." And I was just like, "Bitch, this gonna cause all type of problems. All type of problems." So then at the end of the episode, we see Carrie go to the Vivant event or whatever, and it's a whole bunch of old heifers. I'm talking about, you would have swear you was watching the episode of Golden Girls. "Thank you for being a friend. Travel down the road and back again. Your heart is true. You're a pal and a confidant." So as Carrie goes up the steps, it's a lady holding on to the railing, taking her time going up the steps. And so Carrie says, "Do you need help?" The lady said, "Do it look like I need help?" And at that point, I cussed her the fuck out. I said, "Let me tell you something, you old bitch. You better be glad I don't push you down these fucking steps." See, God knows my heart, and He knows that I was being helpful. But bitch, you ain't gonna talk sideways to me. I'll play that. So Carrie getting there, and she sees a whole bunch of old heifers or whatever, and so she wound up seeing Mitzi Ditsy ass, and she saw Mitzi because Edith had seen it, was like, "I gotta go. I only invited Mitzi here because we got a mutual acquaintance, and I only want her here because she got deep pockets." So, or maybe Mitzi said she had deep pockets. Somebody said Mitzi had deep pockets. So when Mitzi get over there, she says, "So Carrie, how you like our friend Marlon or Marvin or whatever that man name is?" And Carrie said, you the little birdie that gave that man my phone number? She was like, yeah, girl, because you know the last time I saw you, you was just so sad and broke up, and I just thought you needed to pick me up. And she was like, okay, bitch, well, I didn't need you to get that man my phone number. Like, don't do that. And so then Mitzi was trying to sell Carrie on the idea of hunching this man, and started telling her, well, girl, let me tell you something, that man got the best ping. He'll break you off something serious, honey. Go and let him hunch on you. Karen was like, girl, I don't want to hunch on that man. Okay, I was having a moment because my husband is dead. I ain't got time to be hunching on that man. That old ass man. Oh, not be my daddy. No. So then Mitzi just talking and running her mouth about this man and his third leg, how he got a big Peter with him. And Karen gets up and get away from her, because she's like, you know what, I'm sick of her. So Carrie moved to the other side of the room, and Mitzi Ditzy ass sends Carrie a dick pic of this man. Baby, Carrie was so disgusted when she checked that notification. Carrie said, I'm talking about if looks could kill, Mitzi would have been DOA, honey. I'm talking about Carrie gave her the most disgusting and mean mug. Carrie just... I was disgusted, bitch. Carrie was disgusted. We both was disgusted. Because, Mitzi, why would you send somebody that? And first of all, why do you have that picture in your phone? Why? Why do you have the picture of that man's penis in your phone? Like, why? And why are you sending it to people? Like, is that the final sale on Marvin? Or Marlon, or Marlon Brando, or whatever that old ass man name is. Don't nobody want to hunch on Humphrey Bogart. Don't nobody want to hunch on him. So then after Edith and some lady named Gloria got to talking, and Carrie was like, okay, girl, I want to join the staff. And Edith was like, hold up, time out. I didn't say nothing about you writing nothing. I invited you here so you could write me a check for $100,000. And Carrie said, I got deep pockets? Edith said, yeah, bitch, didn't your husband just die, leave you all that money? I mean, you know, it's a sad situation, bitch, but I know you got some money. That man was worth some money. Okay, so I need you to write me a little check. So then Edith and Carrie and that Gloria lady all take a picture together. And before that, Carrie said, well, if I got to write you a $100,000 check, then I write everybody a $100,000 check. And Edith said, okay, little bitch, touche, I see you. She was like, but give me this phone so I can check this photo out, because hoes like to play me. And as she sliding through that lady's phone, Marvin penis pop up. And Edith said, hold up, bitch, why you got my man Peter with it in your phone? And Karen said, I'm sorry, yo, what now? She said, I don't even know that man. A friend of mine has told me that, trying to get me to hunch on that man. And no. So Karen was like, you know what, girl, I'm gonna just go ahead and write you a check, but I'll have my checkbook on me. And Edith said, you can send it on PayPal. I take PayPal. Matter of fact, open your phone and I'll type it in myself. I was like, see, that's the formula to old Sex in the City, where Carrie is in these awkward situations where she's like, oh, like that's the ditzy, clumsy, foot in mouth Carrie. Okay, that's it. In season 1, they showed us more of the asshole Carrie. You know, the Carrie that most of us want to bye. But this, they're getting more back to the Carrie that the majority of us fell in love with, ditzy Carrie. So yeah, that was my review for episode 4 of And Just Like That season 2. This was a really good episode, especially the almost threesome. That was actually funny. I enjoyed that, because as someone who has been in that predicament, I will say this: planned out threesomes are better than spontaneous threesomes, simply because with spontaneous threesomes, you had that moment like Miranda had when you feel left out and you feel out of place, and you just like, well, why the fuck am I even here if y'all gonna hunch on each other? Like, what is even my purpose of being here, right? But other than that, this was a really good episode, y'all. So don't forget to comment, like, subscribe, hit the notification bell button so you never miss a video when I do upload. And don't forget to share my videos wherever, with whoever, so they know you rocks with your girl, though. Once again, shout out to my 72 subscribers. Mwah! I love each and every one of you. Don't forget to run those numbers up, and don't forget the thumbs up, okay? And the notification bell, okay? I love you. Bye!